I'm getting a puppy soon, guys.
Trying new things is fine. You just have to try them good, and this was not good. This bordered on fan fiction at times.
Getting that backlash.
Let me know when you want me to turn the mics on. Everything's good to go.
Okie dokie, artichoke.
Yep.
I'm just trying to get the things up on my side.
All right, so I have Backlash card pulled up and everything.
Sweet. I just want to see what else we got too. There it is. All right.
All right. So I guess I'll do a countdown.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and we're back from the break, ladies and gentlemen. So now we're going to be going through the Backlash card and giving you guys our thoughts and predictions.
Mm-hmm. You lost last time.
I did, in fact. I was a very handsome man after that. But yeah,
I might even say a sexy boy.
So are we going to do a prediction for the kickoff match or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd say all of them.
Ruby Riot's going to beat Bayley.
You think so? You think it's going to be Ruby Riot?
I think they're going to continue to crap on Bayley.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Ruby kind of does need a bigger win to establish herself.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as they've crapped on Bayley in the last year, she is a former champion.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is some credibility to be gained for beating her.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the outside interference from Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan being there.
Yeah.
So I do think that Ruby's going to win.
Do you also think that Sasha is going to interfere, just like how kind of Bayley's kind of cost her?
I think one of two things is going to happen. Either
Mm-hmm.
Sasha is going to interfere and cost Bayley the match, or Sasha's not going to interfere and Bayley's going to blame her for not helping when she knows that the numbers game is against her. She's going to blame her for, like, you're supposed to be my best friend and you know that these people are going to cheat. Why didn't you help me?
Yeah,
Which would be kind of a lame way to go about it, but it would make a little bit of sense.
It makes sense. There's
so they could go that route with it.
There is logic in what he says.
Yep. With him, it just makes sense and everything. So the next match, we have Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. I didn't even know this was on the card till today. Versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Braun and Bobby Lashley.
I don't see Kevin and Sami beating them unless... No, I can't. Because Bobby Lashley just came out. If he lost now, they'll ruin his character. So he can't lose. But I'm going to go on the outlier, and if they'll win, but by disqualification.
I guess, like, via their 50-50 booking idealisms and stuff, I could see Kevin and Sami winning just because they lost on Raw last week. So by this logic, I could see them winning. But
so we all said Ruby was going to win, right?
yes.
Yeah, Ruby.
And then for the tag match, do we all have Bobby and Braun?
Yeah, it seems like the safe bet to me, honestly, is Bobby and Braun.
You know what? I'm going to be crazy. I'm going to say Kevin and Sami because I feel like Braun and Bobby's a better program. And this might be a setup for that. They might use this to plant seeds to give Braun direction on where to go because right now he is very directionless.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if he wins here? He joins a tag team, destroys the tag team they just put together in the Woken Warriors. So that's just my outlier. I could be wrong, but I'm willing to hedge my bets on that.
So you said KO and Sami?
Yep, I think they'll win. Specific, probably just some chicanery, but they'll probably win.
Cammy for short. Troy.
Okay, yep. Trying to keep track of it because, we got to know who's going to win.
Exactly.
Predictions.
So
next match on the card, we have Daniel Bryan and Big Cass. Right?
Yep. This is a weird match. I don't know who should win this match because I feel like Bryan shouldn't lose, but I also feel like Cass shouldn't lose because Cass is fresh off of return from injury and everything.
But so is Dan. And so is Daniel Bryan. This I agree is very hard.
Yeah. I think I've got money on Big... Man,
it's hard to say that, isn't it?
I don't want to say that. That's like my tongue kind of goes inside my throat when I say that.
Oh man!
But yeah, I think they're gonna do Big Cass winning via some like heel shenanigans or something. I really don't want that to happen though.
Okay, I say D-Bry is probably going to pull it out.
I'm going for D-Bry on this because SmackDown set up to where he beat up a little guy version of Daniel Bryan.
Which was hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, that
Which
was.
usually when they
was
do
pretty
that,
funny.
that's almost the kiss of death that they're probably going to lose. Probably. So I think, and plus, Big Cass' argument falls flat. I'm big. Daniel Bryan, not so big.
Can we just appreciate for a second that according to Big Cass, he willed himself to be taller? and
Yeah,
it
that was
happened?
Yeah, that was
was a good
cool.
line.
That was
That
great.
was hilarious. To
I
where he
willed
was like,
myself.
to where he was like, yeah, I was small and people picked on me, and then one day I just decided to not be small. I'm like, you chose to be 7 feet?
That was
Like
pretty great.
you can do that?
Specifically.
You can do that?
Specifically 7.
Apparently, it can be taught. I don't know.
Apparently so.
Who
Yeah,
would've
you
thought?
can teach that.
Yeah,
to
you
yourself.
can. Oh wow.
The more you know.
And then the next match, we have Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton for the United States Championship. You guys, I'm going to tell you guys straight, I think Hardy should win because I don't think you should be flip-flopping the U.S. title, even if it is like two bigger stars like Hardy and Orton. Let's see. This is an interesting match, though, because I do think they can have a good match. And Jeff's been getting some really good reactions from the crowd and everything.
So my brother showed me a GIF yesterday of Jeff Hardy had a WWE title match at the Royal Rumble against Randy Orton
against
in
Orton.
like 2009, I think.
Yes.
And they had that sweet finish where he countered an RKO and spun all the way.
He countered the Twist of Fate and then
spun all
spun
the
out
way
and
around
did the
into an
RKO. Yeah.
And my little brother was like, "What if they did that but backwards?"
Oh, yeah,
It's
that'd
a
be cool.
Twist of
Yeah,
Fate.
where he
And he
counters
like,
RKO
and
and a
he
Twist
like
of Fate.
say like Randy Orton goes for the RKO, Jeff catches him, holds him upside down, spins him out, and does a Twist of Fate.
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Set
That
up
would
for
be
the
real cool.
Swanton after
Yeah,
that.
I could go for that. That'd be cool. I think Jeff Hardy should retain here, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially because of how random the match happened.
The
It's
title
like,
doesn't do anything for Randy Orton because they needed to take it off Bobby Roode so they could turn him heel, right? And nobody gives a crap about gender with the belt.
now, okay, here's the thing.
But they're getting good reactions. Like, they screwed the pooch at Mania because they pinned Rusev when Rusev was clearly the most over guy in the match out of 4 people. So now that they've already messed that up, like, you might as well just keep it on Jeff Hardy because Jeff Hardy's popular enough that people will care about that title.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just don't think you should be flip-flopping the belt too much, you know. It makes the belt look bad. Yeah, so I got Jeff Hardy in that. Akeem, who do you got?
Kim, you got Hardy?
yeah, because it doesn't make sense for Randy to win right now.
Right.
Not really.
Like, I feel like Jeff will win. Okay, so just to be clear,
Yes.
if Jeff loses technically but keeps the belt,
Yes.
does that still count as you losing a point?
What do you mean? Like he gets disqualified? Okay, so if Jeff gets disqualified,
Are we just
but
going,
keeps
like,
the
who
belt,
wins, or are we doing
Yeah,
how
yeah.
they
Who
win?
wins? Just black and white on a piece
Okay,
of
all right.
paper.
All right.
L's and
Because, like, for the
W's.
Mania episode, we did all kinds of crap where I was like,
Well,
oh,
that's
the Undertaker
because-
match has 4 different points.
That's because the media wasn't like.
It's a lot of things that could have happened,
Yeah.
especially like the Braun Strowman
Special occasions we'll do stuff like that. But for
Yeah.
right now, we'll keep it simple.
All right, nice and simple. I'm just making sure for me.
Yep.
All right, yeah, Hardy.
Okay. So next up, we got the IC Championship match. We got Seth Rollins versus The Miz.
I got Seth Rollins.
I got
Yep.
this.
I got Seth Rollins. I don't know. Like,
Because I made the joke earlier to Will in the car about how Kazuchika Okada is basically synonymous with the IWGP Heavyweight belt at this point, to the point where, like, I kind of feel like eventually they're just going to retire the physical belt and the champion will just carry Okada to the ring. And
Okay.
the reason I say that is because I feel like you could sort of make that comparison with The Miz. Because in the last few years, like, when you think Intercontinental Champion, you think
just
about
think
The
of
Miz.
The Miz,
You
yeah.
think of The Miz. Because even if he hasn't had it the majority of the time,
He's been
because,
involved
like,
in
Dean
it.
Ambrose and Kevin Owens might have had, like, slightly longer reigns than he did, I think, at one point.
I think so. Yeah.
He is the one who talks it up the most and is the proudest of being the champion and puts the most emphasis on wanting to be that champion. But I feel like Seth Rollins is probably going to keep it for a little bit longer. And I
then-
think that when he does lose that title, he's going to lose it to Finn Balor.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Which also comes full circle from the fact that Finn Balor also beat Seth Rollins to become the first Universal Champion.
Yeah,
At
they
SummerSlam
need to
a few
settle
years
that.
ago.
They need to settle
And
that.
so Finn beats him again. You have a ready-made storyline there for how when it comes to the big stage and big title matches, Finn kind of has Seth's number, even if he loses to him at other times.
Well, in the other ones, there was always an X factor to it. It wasn't just Seth and Finn.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
You could play off that. I think that'd be a really good way to go.
you
So
kind of on that.
we
too.
got Seth winning.
Yeah, no, you convinced me. I wasn't gonna go that way, but yeah, that just makes the most sense.
Then for the Raw Women's Championship. So I just want to say this. The last episode, I said that this match would be a tables match, and Alexa would kick out Nia's foot, and Nia would fall through the table. This match is unfortunately not a tables match, so it looks like
Unfortunately.
Nia's winning here.
yeah, Nia's winning.
Nia is
they've
absolutely taking this.
They've been like just booking Alexa so badly over the last couple weeks.
To be
Oh,
fair,
dear God.
to be
So-
fair,
Yes.
Alexa Bliss has been winning a lot and by some shenanigan, like some bad stuff.
Bad chicanery.
Yeah, like
Yeah, there you go.
prior to this,
the Moment of Bliss promos. Oh, my God, you guys.
those were so bad.
Those can't be.
Oh,
Those
they
can't be
were
redeemed.
so funny.
They're so bad.
Oh my God, her face when she's like, Nia asked me if I was tall enough to ride the ride. It's a teacup. You just sit in it. It's a cup. Like I could not stop laughing, and like even worse, like I know it's bad. I know she's fat shaming the bigger girl. I know that's a really bitchy thing to do. I could not stop laughing to save my life when she was talking about how they went to Disney World,
and then she
they
ate
said that
food
like
in front of a
she
homeless
like
dude.
took food away and like ate it from a homeless lady, and she's like, all I could hear was the sounds of Nia laughing and chewing. Like I couldn't stop. When she was talking about the teacups, and she's like, all I could see was Nia laughing at me, a turkey leg in each hand.
Jeez.
I really,
Like, she's terrible. She's this awful, mean bitch who's talking bad about her former friend, and like, she's gonna
So-
lose, and she's gonna get her comeuppance, and it's gonna be great. But in the meantime, it's been hilarious.
Yeah, no. It's
So
good
my
stuff.
my issue with Alexa, and I guess to an extent Nia as well, okay, is they do this whole women's revolution. You know, they're having the women work like great matches,
And they
everything.
continue to fat shame the girl who happens to be bigger and more muscular than the other ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
and like I've thought about it a lot.
It's self-defeating. It doesn't
Yeah.
accomplish anything.
It's like okay. So one of
'Cause
the best
Nia
women's
models,
wrestlers in
dude.
the world
It's not
is named Viper. Okay, and she,
Yes.
she's a bigger girl as well.
yeah,
She's
Viper.
kind of
the
like
Scottish girl, right? She's
Yeah,
Piper Niven.
she's like-
Viper, yeah.
she's like a female Bam Bam Bigelow, where she's really agile and she's very fast
Super
moving,
athletic, yeah.
incredible in the ring and everything. And then I'm like, man, because they brought her in for the Mae Young Classic last year, and I was like, man, if they signed her, they're gonna do the same thing to Viper.
They played her up like really, really well, and they were super good to her in the tournament. But I remember like I was watching it with Cody a while ago, and I was like, God, if they sign her, it's gonna be nothing but fat jokes on TV.
It's gonna be the same thing as Nia.
and that's horrible. Like they're gonna take digs
They-
at her.
They
and,
fat
like,
shamed Mickey James.
with not.
Yeah, I remember
oh,
that.
oh, bro, Ficky James. We're not even gonna get into that. Oh my God.
It was Piggy James.
Oh no. But in actuality,
Oh, well, yeah.
Ficky James. Oh my goodness. What is she like? Is she almost 40 now?
Yeah,
She's
I think
almost
she's
40.
41.
Oh dear Christ, she looks incredible.
She does.
She looks better now than she did when I was a kid. Oh my God.
She's definitely
I would
Yeah.
tell her to call me, but she's married and she has kids.
So
But-
this company is like self-defeating itself with their booking and
Yeah,
everything.
because like, and the thing with Nia, like, they do unflattering things to her on purpose. Like, I've complained about her gear. Her gear is specifically designed to make her look fat.
Yep.
Not muscular, not bigger and
spandex.
intimidating. They have padding around her stomach and her hips specifically to make her look fat. Like
Yeah.
she models, and like, I'm like, I don't know why they would do that. It's like she was already taller and visibly more muscular than the other women and can ragdoll them. Why would you do that just so you can take digs at her on TV? It's like she's pretty, she does her job well. Just let her do what she does. I don't understand why they have to do that.
Because the
Like,
owner.
why
of,
do they have to handicap her like that?
Because the owner of the company is not the most.
Progressive of people.
Well, that's the company in general is laced with it, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But
Long
yeah.
story short, though, Nia's gonna beat Alexa's ass all over the ring,
So moving
just like
on.
in Mania.
That
So-
should happen. That better happen.
It should be a squash that's faster than Mania because the Mania match shouldn't have been as long as it was.
Yeah.
It was fun and I had a good time with it, but Nia honestly should have squashed her.
I did not have a good time with that match,
Like,
man.
like
was bored.
Nia should have angrily squashed her former best friend, and I hope she does today.
So the next match is Carmella versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's title. Safe bets Charlotte. So the issue with Carmella is she just doesn't feel like a legitimate champion. Like she just doesn't come off to me like she should be. Okay, so like again, they're doing this like women's revolution about how women are having great matches and stuff, and like Carmella does not have good matches. Okay, like
No,
uh,
she is a fun character.
Carmella and like Liv Morgan both will not have like good matches, even with Asuka, who I think is the best women's wrestler. Like
But Liv
on the earth.
Morgan's fine as hell, and you can't teach that, so she's gonna have a job forever.
that's not how we should be basing things, though.
No.
If we're doing
I
this
didn't say
whole-
that. I didn't say it was. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
yeah. I know that that's
she
their
is,
logic. And
She is a
everything.
ridiculously hot, really stacked blonde girl, and so she is gonna have a job in that company until she gets old enough that Vince doesn't want to deal with her anymore.
Yeah, and that's the issue with their mindset and everything, and why this women's revolution as a whole is kind of dumb. But that's far from the point.
I could watch. You know what? If they just gave me on every single show Charlotte versus Becky for the rest of the year, I'd watch the hell out of that. So
Like I have some Asuka matches too. Come on.
I do need
Yeah.
Asuka matches.
I need that, but
But I'm gonna say Carmella
I'm
via
also
shenanigans.
I'm gonna say Carmella because she has the double iconics on her side.
Yes, I'm gonna say
crap,
Carmella via shenanigans.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Carmella probably will because
She's damn sure not gonna win
It-
fair.
And Charlotte's not gonna get the
But-
belt this quick. I feel like this is the setting up of a long program that's probably gonna last.
Charlotte,
Oh my
is,
God, I just
Charlotte is
realized
the
I'm going to have to
rainmaker
watch-
of the SmackDown Women's division. Like,
I just realized that I'm going to have to watch like Carmella matches.
You are welcome, 2018.
so Will, are you also?
Can I just leave
Are
the
on
booth
Carmella
now?
for this one?
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
so. God, this is bad. This is
Samoa-
the worst
we're all-
timeline.
Samoa Joe versus
Samoa
Roman
Joe.
Reigns. Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns.
Yo,
the
some-
big dog.
Some scientist actually went out and proved like Scott Steiner's math for that.
Oh yeah, Professor Scott. He comes from a highly educated university.
Dude, he got like a bachelor's
Graduated
degree
from
from
U
U
of
of
M.
M.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But
When
yeah,
he comes out, he has to dumb it down for all us white trash.
I know, man.
You fat.
Scott Steiner is a saint, and he
oh,
should be
yes.
appreciated. And
Scott
loved.
Steiner is a tag team champion in 2018, and we are living in the brightest timeline right now. Did you see? Oh my God. Okay, so side note, really quick. Petey Williams had an interview where he talked about when he
Yeah,
worked
and
with
he
Scott
did
Steiner
the
in TNA.
reference to.
And when Scott Steiner, somebody asked him backstage, "Hey Scotty, can you still do the screwdriver?" And he went and found Petey Williams. And he goes, "Petey!" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Screwdriver's the finish. Your ass is going up." And he goes, "Wait, what?"
He did it too, though.
And then he did it on TV, and he pinned him with it. And I showed my brother that move because he's like, "What's he talking about?" And he
The
goes,
Steiner
he
screwdriver.
goes, "Why would you ever take that?" And I'm like, "Have you seen mullet Scott Steiner in the 80s?
Is the
And what an
best.
unbelievably athletic freak of nature that man was? If he said you were going up for the screwdriver, your ass was going up for the screwdriver.
Yep.
There is no escaping." But
But yeah, though.
Steiner.
So Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, do you
versus
think, he
Roman
chokes
Reigns.
out Roman Reigns, or do you think Roman Reigns gets his ass kicked for 15 minutes, pulls out a spear, and wins?
Do we do Roman's going to keep losing? Because if this is the new angle that they're going for to get Roman over, I think this is their worst attempt.
Well, here's the thing, though. Samoa Joe is hands down one of the best talkers in the entire company. I don't think that's a question. I think that Samoa Joe is one of the most compelling talkers in the entire company.
I think
I
Joe's the best to you.
I will never skip a Samoa Joe promo because he is engaging the entire time.
Yeah.
That being said, he is only he is only as effective as he is now if he says he's going to kick your ass and then actually does.
This is another
If
one.
he keeps talking about how hard he's going to wreck people and then losing,
You have a Bray Wyatt situation.
then he's going to lose credibility, and then we're not going to be able to get invested in Samoa Joe anymore. And that is a tragedy that I am not willing to witness.
This is like another one where I don't think either guy can really afford to lose.
I don't know
Like,
why they would book this match, because
Well-
neither of them can afford to take the L today.
Yeah,
I
no, they
think
can't.
that their original plan was like Roman would be champion and Joe would be challenging for the championship, and then like
Kind of a dirty finish to it.
like you could do Joe losing, but you could make Joe look strong via in defeat. But now it's like, okay, never guy should really win in this or never guy should really lose in this situation. I'm going
But
to go
somebody
with
has to.
I'm going to go with Roman because that's their guy. So, and Joe isn't their guy, and that's about the best logic that I can have in this logicless situation.
So on this one, I'm not going to go with what I think will happen. I'm going to go with what I want, and I want Samoa Joe. His current he coquina clutches everybody, right?
Yes,
There is not a chance in hell that Roman Reigns taps out.
Nope.
That does not happen.
they could do the knockout thing where
He also has the muscle
He has
buster.
passed out in it before. If tonight is the return of the muscle buster, I would love that.
no, he won't hit it on Joe or on Roman.
The other Samoan Joseph, yeah.
They're both Joes.
Yeah.
They're both Joe.
No, but I'm gonna go Samoa Joe just because it's what I want. I'm probably wrong, but I'm gonna take it anyway. And Akeem, who
I'm
you
going
got?
Joe.
You got Joe?
I'm going Joe
Going
because
Joe.
I feel like what they're going for is Roman Reigns is going to keep complaining about these losses.
He's gonna go
He's
on a
just gonna
losing
keep
streak,
like
yeah.
losing.
Yeah, I think he's gonna
But he's
keep
gonna
losing.
keep like main eventing shows.
Yep.
Oh my God, this is.
I
You
feel
best
like,
buckle up for Roman Reigns to main event WrestleMania
I
for
feel
a
like
fifth
if
year
he-
in a row.
because it's gonna be
worst
he's gonna be something.
timeline.
He's gonna snap and just say, you know what, forget this. I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to win, no matter what.
Are you ready? Are you strapped in for WrestleMania 35 to be the 5th consecutive Roman Reigns main event?
That's like that's some type of record.
That's kind of sad.
Some type of record.
Well, currently he's tied with Hulk Hogan for 4 in a row,
Jesus Christ.
so it will be a record. Yes.
All right.
He doesn't hold the record for most eliminations in a single Rumble anymore, though.
No, that's Braun.
Braun has that.
He did 13, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about the controversial one now. The controversial match.
Yes, we got
AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura.
WWE Championship, and I think
Shinsuke's going to win via dick punch Kinshasa. I'm calling it right now. He's going to hit a low blow, and then he's going to hit his knee, and then he's going to win.
I think that this is going to be the match that closes the show, right?
God, I hope so.
I hope so. They
I
better not.
I feel like the championship should.
It's
Like-
it's the only world title level belt being defended at this show.
Yeah, so I feel
because
like
the
it
Universal title
should.
isn't. But I also think there's a decent chance that Roman Reigns main events because his name is Roman Reigns.
Yeah. I'm with you. I see Shinsuke going over.
And I think that AJ is still going to look like $1 million and still look like the best pro wrestler on the planet because it's what he is.
Shinsuke needs this win.
Yeah, Shinsuke
Yeah.
really
Needs
needs this
it.
one. They gave him the new theme song too, which that's one of the best like heel things I've
Yeah,
ever
oh
seen.
my
So
God.
that way the fans can't like sing his song anymore.
Dude.
So he added lyrics.
Oh, that's
and
not
it's
even
all
it.
like hardcore
Dude,
Japanese.
there's another layer to it.
What?
Okay, so, and I wanted to tell you this so bad. Okay, so he added the Japanese lyrics, right?
Yes.
But that's not really enough because you'd have fans that are hardcore enough for him that they would learn that even though they don't speak the language, right?
Yes.
I'm not even playing right now. So one of my buddies, he does like sound engineering at a concert hall, right? There is an actual literal there is a layer of white noise added to the theme to make it harder
That's
for
awesome.
you to make it harder for you to sing along to it.
They also chopped up the beat a bit. Too.
Yes,
So
and
it's
they
like
changed the beat. I'm like, that's incredible.
That's the best heel thing I've
That's
ever
like
seen.
the most meta heel move I've seen in a while. and it makes
because
me
everyone
really
likes singing
happy.
songs now, no
Yeah.
matter what. So
That's like Bobby Roode, like when he would do the off the chain thing.
Yeah.
When he turned heel, he went to an orchestral version,
Yep,
and he stopped saying he was off the chain.
yep.
That was great.
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode's just great. in
Bobby
general.
Roode.
But yeah.
Fantastic.
What do
Don't
you-
ever
what do
say
you-
the D. It's
What do you
just
got?
Yeah, no.
Roode.
That's what's his name? Jeremy Borash's. That's his legacy is the
Yep.
Bobby Roode.
Yes. So I know Will has Shinsuke. Akeem, you got Shinsuke winning.
Why is it so hard? Because we're all on the same wavelength here.
This is like
we ride in the dick punch wave.
I think
what's
this
happening.
is one of the few pay-per-views where it's like, man, I don't want any of these guys to lose.
Oh no, guys! What I talked about before we came in here. Okay, so
Yes.
the finish that I want to happen,
Oh,
I
yeah,
want
yeah,
it
yeah.
so bad.
Yes.
Oh my
Say
god!
it.
So I want Shinsuke to go for the low blow. He goes for it. He hits the low blow, but AJ's not reacting like he got shot this time. What the hell's going on? What is this? Just have Cole and Graves just freaking out at ringside. What the hell's going on? Is he immune to nut shots now? What is this? AJ just smugly pulls from his tights a protective cup, right? So he pulls out a cup, right? And then after he pulls out the cup, Shinsuke immediately punches him in the nuts again.
Guys, we are getting a call-in from Tristan Brock, who couldn't be here. It's the first episode he's missed
Ever in life.
Oh yeah.
in life. Been doing this podcast since he was a fetus. Hello,
Hey
Tristan.
guys,
Hey, what's
Hey,
going on,
what's
buddy?
up? Hey, buddy.
what's up?
Nothing much.
You want to go over
What
predictions
you
with
guys
us?
talking about?
We were going through Backlash. We just got to the main event, which is Shinsuke versus AJ. Tell us real quick, who do you think is going to win this one, man?
Shinsuke.
You think it's going to be Shinsuke?
He riding the wave,
I think
boys.
it's gonna be Shinsuke.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Tristan, I had an idea that I was telling the guys right before you called in.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really want AJ to be wearing a cup. So Shinsuke goes for the low blow,
Yeah.
hits
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
he no-sells it, pulls out the cup, and then Shinsuke immediately punches him in the balls again.
Which would be
Yeah.
pretty great.
I really, really want it to go that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think about... Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna put AJ down just to be different. I don't care if I lose.
It's going to be
this.
different.
I'm just
All
gonna
right.
be different. Why you had the same initials.
If I
can't-
win
can't.
this time, I'm going to choose a very, very, very good song. I've had this song lined up for a while now. Okay?
I want that to be
So
a
we're still
surprise.
sticking with that bet then. So whoever wins gets to choose whoever loses song to sing.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually,
Oh, yeah. All
Tristan, do you have the card pulled up?
No, I don't.
Pull up the card. We're getting your
Either
predictions.
that, or we can just go
Here,
down.
I'll run through.
Yeah, run
So
through it.
Run through it
Tristan,
again.
we got Carmella versus Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Charlotte?
Actually, no. Carmella.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, we're all on the same page on
yeah,
that.
we're all on
dang
the
it.
same page. here.
Nia versus Alexa Bliss.
Naya.
Yeah,
All on the same page on that
same
one.
page.
Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton.
Jeff Hardy.
We need some variation in these picks, you guys. Oh
I'll
my
do
God,
it.
we
I'll
have the
do it.
same stuff on most of them.
Oh
No,
my God.
there's enough differences. Seth Rollins and The Miz.
Miz.
You got Miz?
Got
Yeah.
Miz.
All right.
My boy.
Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns.
Roman.
All right. D-Bry, Big Cass.
Daniel Bryan. Actually, you know what? No. Cass.
You got Cass?
We're
Yeah.
split on that one.
Oh, we're half and half on that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus KO and Sami Zayn.
Oh, man. Braun and Bobby.
And we also did the pre-show. We got Ruby Riott and Bailey.
Can I go with the option of who cares?
Okay, I was with him on that one.
Ruby Riott.
Okay, yeah. So we're all on the
Okay. So, guys, we should send this in the Facebook group chat so that way there's no whole, like, oh, I didn't pick that.
Oh, I have them saved on my phone right now.
Yep.
Okay.
I
So-
watched them type it in.
Yeah,
All
I've
right,
been
nice.
I've been keeping up on the whole
And
thing.
people who watch it didn't see me like,
Oh yeah.
they're focused on his phone.
Yeah, no, when I've been like looking down and halfway paying attention, it's because I'm recording all of our picks for this.
Okay.
That way we have them
Sweet.
all done.
I don't care if I lose.
Some of you guys want
AJ,
to be
you're,
prepared to lose.
AJ, you're gonna win her in my heart. Don't lose today.
I thought I was gonna lose for Mania and then I didn't, so I'm okay with this for
Yeah,
now.
I think you got more points than me. I was the one that did like the second worst. So,
All right.
but
So,
yeah,
so
Well, I
Tristan
guess I
won.
called in at a good time.
yeah, you did.
Yeah, you-
Perfect timing.
Yeah, Tristan won
Seriously.
on there too.
All right, so let's do a group consensus. Are you guys excited for the show tonight? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yes.
Come on.
Well, we can't
Backlash.
see Tristan, but like yeah.
Like,
yeah.
he says it. I heard it in his voice. It's like I'm thumbs up right now.
I'm thumbs
Yeah.
middle. I'm thumbs middle. I'm like,
I'm thinking they have a lot of
I'm
good
excited.
talent.
It has potential to be good.
Yeah, they could definitely be bad, but there's a lot of good talent here. I mean, you got AJ Shinsuke, you got Samoa Joe. There's a lot of meat to this, and there's no John Cena.
I just realized
no Triple H.
I just realized neither of the tag titles are being defended tonight.
Nope, tag team division has gotten a break, which I kind of think they needed.
There's no cruiserweight match either.
Nope.
Well, I mean, the cruiserweight thing, they wanted to push the Cedric and Buddy Murphy thing back.
I thought maybe pre-show, but they pushed it back past Saudi Arabia. Wasn't it like a visa travel thing?
That's
for Buddy?
That's what actually it was, but in storyline,
he couldn't make weight.
Yeah, he busted weight.
The man is so shredded, though, it's ridiculous.
Which, I mean, actually, though, it's funny because, like, in UFC, when they bust weight, the champion has not the champion, but the other person has the ability to say, yeah, I'll fight him, but I get, like, X amount of his money from the fight. So I guess, like, WWE does not operate on that logic.
Probably not.
I hate to cut it short, guys, but I actually got to head out. I just want to call and throw in my prediction, so I guess I called it in a good time.
Perfect time.
Perfect timing,
we really appreciate hearing from you, buddy.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it. You guys are killing it.
Yep.
All right,
See you,
dude.
man.
See you around, buddy.
All right, see you later,
All right,
bud.
see you guys.
All right, with that, we're close to the end. I mean, final thoughts, guys, on anything in general?
Is there any more news from this week that you guys
Not
run
from
into?
No, because we covered Dantaku, and that was the big New Japan show.
Jericho?
Yeah,
We
Jericho.
didn't even talk about the fact that Jericho was on Dantaku. We went on New Japan for like 15 minutes.
And Jericho was not part of that.
So,
Chris
for those
Jericho,
of you guys not in the know,
the GOAT, the legend himself, Chris Jericho.
Yes.
He wrestled Kenny Omega this past year at Wrestle Kingdom 12.
This was
it was a
actually-
no DQ match, right, for the U.S. title?
This was actually really surprising of him showing up because he said about 3 months ago he was
done with New Japan.
Yeah, and he showed up again.
He attacked Tetsuya Naito at New Year's Dash the day after he wrestled Kenny Omega, and then disappeared from January until yesterday.
Yes.
And then he showed up and beat the dog crap out of Tetsuya Naito, busted him open, Crimson Mask, left him a bloody mess in the ring.
So
he swerved us. Again.
Oh, yes.
So from what I was reading,
he is an evil prick in New Japan, and I love it.
From what I was reading, the reason why they brought him back in is because the New Japan G1 special in the Cow Palace in Oregon. Apparently, the ticket sales aren't as great as they were hoping it would be because the Cow Palace seats 10,000 people.
Yeah, I was about to ask you if you thought that they were going to do the Naito and Jericho match at Dominion next month, or if they were going to save it for the Cow Palace later in the summer.
That's what I'm thinking they're doing.
You're thinking they're going to save it for the Cow Palace?
That'll be the big match at the Cow Palace.
That's in San Francisco, right?
No, it's in Oregon. Or is San Francisco in Oregon?
No, it's in Cali.
Yeah,
No, I thought Cow Palace. I thought they were doing one in San Francisco, right?
They might be doing one in there, but I know that the big show for the G1 special is in the Cow Palace in Oregon.
Thankfully, the Google Foo is strong with us.
Yeah, we're good with Google Foo,
so we can figure that out.
But yeah,
no, that is a really good point though. That I mean, if anything is going to sell that, like, oh, guys, you know what? You know what we should try to go to? That is here in Royal Oak. The ROH New Japan War of the Worlds is going to be in Royal Oak instead of Dearborn this year.
Really?
When?
And I think it's in a month or so from now.
Oh, yeah, we can hit that.
Look that up. And so the thing about that is I've seen one match advertised for it, and it makes me really, really want to go. So Sho and Yo, Roppongi 3K.
Yeah.
Versus the Young Bucks.
Oh, really?
Versus the Motor City Machine Guns.
Okay, that'll be a good match.
Okay, what's the name of this thing?
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, yeah. They do it every year. It's a pretty good pay-per-view normally.
They're doing it here.
And kind of like where I got with that was, oh God, is this in May? Oh no, May 12th. Oh God,
no,
that's next week.
That's
oh
next
no,
week. I can't do that.
Oh man,
Troy, you and I could make that.
I can't.
I gotta call off work to make that.
Oh no,
it's all right.
It's worth it. I probably will.
I'll call off your work for you.
I probably will.
I got work and that's my kid's birthday.
Oh my God! Wow, that's a double header.
I can't do that.
I got Job and child. on the
Children, they're
same day.
twin girls.
We will
Children's.
take pictures.
Yeah.
Many pictures.
He
for
has
you.
Please
kids.
do. Yeah. I need this job.
I
Yeah.
need this job.
But part of why I got onto that was like when we were saying with the Cow Palace thing,
Yes.
that not quite on the scale of in Japan where people are just rabid for him, but I think it was AAW or AIW, one of the Midwest
Are you
promotions
talking
out
about
of like Illinois and stuff.
Naito?
They did
Naito does Dayton.
Naito takes Dayton.
Yeah.
They built an entire thing around Naito is going to come to America and do this indie show.
Yep.
And it sold out in minutes.
Yeah.
So anything with his name attached to it, like he is one of the most over wrestlers currently walking the planet. And I'm not sure if he's going to be on War of the Worlds because I haven't seen it advertised.
Yeah.
But if he is, like, that's going to do gangbusters for ticket sales.
That's one of the reasons why I think like their ticket sales haven't been that strong is they haven't announced any matches, and like compare it to last year where like we knew that at the bare minimum we were getting the United States Heavyweight Championship. God, that's a terrible name. But we knew we were getting that tournament, and we knew the competitors in that tournament and the seeds and
the
everything
Long Beach
for it.
special?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's one of the reasons why it hasn't been selling as well is there's no announced matches like New Japan isn't like WWE where like okay, so you have those couple thousand diehard New Japan fans who'll show up. But like they're not like WWE where it's like okay,
People will show up just for the name.
yeah, and it'll be like 10,000 worth of people.
So, yeah.
That being said, the tip top of my wrestling bucket list is to be present at a Wrestle Kingdom in Tokyo.
That would be fun.
That'd be
Like
fun.
that is at the top of my. That's even above going to PWG for me.
I just want to go to Japan.
Yes.
No man,
You can just kill two birds with one stone with just that one. Go to Japan, Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes.
no man.
That's
I
a
just,
thing. We'll talk about
I
that.
just want to go
Yes.
to PWG. Like PWG seems like the funnest event.
Yes.
But all right.
All right,
I don't think
so-
there's anything else.
No.
So I think So we are gonna check out Backlash tonight.
Yep.
I'll
You
be
might
back
see our Twitter blow up for live results.
potentially. Yep.
Potentially that. And as usual, please follow Podcast Detroit because they're amazing. They're the reason why this can happen here. Well, where can they go?
For Podcast Detroit?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they can hit them up on Facebook. They can also find them on SoundCloud. And there's also an app, I believe. Yep. There's the
There's an app for
Podcast
that?
Detroit app.
Yep, that's an app for that now. There you go.
And then naturally, you can find a majority of their podcasts that they sponsor and help out on iTunes. So you can check them out there as well.
And Spotify.
And Spotify, naturally.
Yep.
You can find us on Void Wrestling Podcast. You can find us over on
Instagram,
Instagram, at
Twitter,
Void Wrestling Podcast.
Twitter, Facebook.
Facebook, and even YouTube. You can find us Void Wrestling Podcast. That's all you got to search.
I'm probably gonna make a Snapchat soon, guys.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
So that'll be a
that'll
thing.
be cool.
But in the meantime, all those other platforms you can find us.
Yep, you can find us over at Void Wrestling Podcast.
If anybody had questions they wanted to give us for next time,
Please.
so
Please
if
send
you
them
hit us on the Twitter or voidwrestlingpodcast@gmail.com,
Yep. And,
and we would love to answer those on air if anybody has any.
Definitely. We'll have a little segment for that.
Tristan, I believe, is going to be out for the next episode. He's going to be out of town with his family,
Yep.
so he will return to us on June 3rd.
All
Yep.
right. So May
And-
20th, I believe, is our next show.
Yep.
Sure is.
May 20th. Be sure to check us out. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and good night.